Hello, Jody. This is Dave from ChiefTutor.com. Yes, I should have recorded what I did to fix your little problem here with this wall, so I apologize for that. I was just thinking about that when I was drawing it. Like, why aren't I recording this? And funny too, I have a new headset in hopes to kind of fix my low volume problem I've been experiencing lately. So I'm going to open up your plan and show you what I did to correct that. Like we talked about with Chief Architect, it gets a little funky when it comes around to their pony walls and finishing off the ends and things like that. So the first thing I would do is come in here and we can kind of see what Chief's trying to do is trying to connect this wall with this wall. It's not doing a very good job. One of your options could be, and we have, if we select the angle wall, and I'm going to use the triangle to add more wall, and I'm going to add about maybe say 4 inches or so, and go back to the view. And that kind of cleans up the wall, pulls it back a little, sure, but again, we could just pull this back a little too. It just kind of finishes it off a little nicer, a little easier. But again, you do have this gap with Chief and it doesn't always fill, doesn't always correct. So that's why I built a polyline solid. And it looks like I can readjust it a little further. It looks like it came right out. So I don't know if I like that better or I like that better. I'm thinking this because it finishes off the edge and I'll just put a piece in. So again, notice how the walls are not exactly aligned, which is okay because we're going to hide it with our polyline solid. And here's our polyline solid tool. So I would click that to get into the drawing mode. I'm going to left click and holding down the left mouse button, I'm just going to drag my polyline solid across to where I want it. And there it is. Now I don't know what size it is or how it turned out or where it is or what it looks like, but usually it's just as high as about 1 inch. So it's probably hidden down there in the mess. So I'm going to select it again. I'm going to open it up. And here's where I could set the height. So I'm going to say 45 inches and 45 inches. So thickness is 45 high, which is higher than we probably need. And then 45 inches top to bottom. So the finish height is at 0. Go back to the 3D and we should stick it up now or see it sticking up now. And sure enough, we do. And so then I can bring it back down. And why don't we bring it right to the bottom of the drywall? And why don't we cover it as drywall to kind of match? And then your cap obviously won't go over. So we're going to copy and paste in place the exact same thing by hitting those two buttons. So it's the copy button and then it's paste in place with that clipboard. And now we're going to open it up. And instead of 42, why don't we say 43 inches high? Only needs to be 1 inch finished off the top. Let's see if I'm right there. I think it's at the bottom now. Sorry, it's at the bottom. We don't want that. We want that to be 43 and this to be about 3. Okay, so there I can kind of grab it and drag it in as close to our edge as we've done. I'm going to hold down Control and just kind of shift drag that piece around. I'm going to grab the color and force it so we can see how it kind of finishes it off. And here looks good all the way around. It's just a little tall. So we can see it's just a hairbrain tall. I don't want to get the camera too close. I'm going to select it and try to just bring it in. And in the 3D, it's always the best way to try to correct it in the 3D mode. In fact, it might even look good going all the way down as the side. But there, it's getting pretty darn close for your pictures. And what I mean by that is you could even take this and maybe cap this in with it because you've done it so much. So maybe that's even a cleaner look. And that's been messing with polylines here at ChiefTutor.com. Hopefully you learned something new, and if you didn't, well, don't worry about it one little bit.